Hello YouTube world. So today's video is going to be about Arab parents. And what really sets them apart, I guess, and my thoughts and my experiences. I'm not going to generalize it. I'm not going to say that all Arab parents are like this, because they're not all like this. Some of them are really easygoing, some of them are super stern. I'm going to keep it short and sweet, because I could rant about this forever. But take a guess at which side my parents are on, seeing as I want to rant about them. Yeah, the stern side. And I know a lot of people who have parents that are on the stern side as well. It's not like I'm the only one. And I'm not saying that only Arab parents are like this, but seeing as I am Arab, I know the experience of it. I was supposed to be making a video today with my friend Amira. Hi, Amira. About what it means to date or not date in Arab customs and whatnot. I'll touch upon that, not fully, because I could, again, go on that one forever. So I'll leave the majority of that for that video itself. Growing up in an Arab household, I was taught to be very proper, very polite, which I am. Taught to always follow the rules and never, ever, ever disobey your elders. I wouldn't classify myself as rebellious, but I would classify myself as a free spirit. Like, I like to go out and stay out late and go out with friends and do whatever. But that might not always be acceptable with the Arab parents. Now here's an example. I have a curfew of 12 o'clock, so midnight. I'm almost 20. And I have a curfew of midnight. Yeah. So I asked them, I said, well, why? Like, if I stay out late, I can just crash at a friend's house. And they say, no, I've never been to a sleepover. I've never stayed out till the early hours of the morning. I've never done a lot of things because my parents don't approve of it. And because, like, I'm not going to say that I don't follow the rules, because I do, but if they're not right and I don't agree with them, I'm going to go my own separate way, or at least try to. The thing with the Arab dating situation, we don't really do arranged marriages, despite what a lot of people think. My parents feel it is inappropriate to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. They feel it's inappropriate to go dating, and they just don't agree with it. And a lot of other Arabs can agree with this, that their parents will not accept it. So this leads me to question why. Why? What's the big deal with it? Like, I'm not stupid. I know what my limits are, and I know what to do and what not to do. So their justification would be that us, as Arab, we don't do this. This is not us. They prefer us to have an arranged meetup. I was at a wedding in May last year. Or was it this year? Last year, in May. And my parents told me that there was a woman who approached them saying that her son wanted permission to talk to me. That's the kind of setup they want. For the guy to ask permission. I'm like, no. He's not asking to marry me. It should be, if he doesn't have the guts to come up to me himself and talk to me, then I don't want anything to do with it. Like, I feel like parents should not control your life, and I am trying, and it's difficult. It's difficult to get away from that, because it's such strong influence on you and your life, or my life at least. I feel like I'm just really distracted. I feel like they can't live my life for me. It's my life. I live in a society generations after theirs, in a world so much different than when they grew up Kuwait, or Lebanon, or Palestine. Like, it's not the same. And girls back home are sometimes as bad, if not worse. I'm not gonna say that girls here are bad, but like they do what they're as scandalous as some of the girls here are, and they want us to be like that because they think their mentality is still as it was back then. And I feel like it's hurting the relationship that parents have with their kids when they don't let go of it. I feel like my parents, I don't know about any others, my parents, oh god, I hope they don't see this. I told my mother one time that they would rather hold on to their authority and see me miserable than let go and see me happy. Now, I love my parents to death. I would take a bullet for each of them like 10 times, because they raised me. Without them, I wouldn't even exist. And I didn't turn out too badly with their upbringing. But because it's such a different society and mentality that we have now, it's difficult for them to cope, and I understand that. But at the same time, they have to understand that I and my siblings and other Arab parents and their children, they're all of us, the next generation, we're so much more different than the way that they were in the 80s or the 70s back home. I don't know, that's just my thought. Yeah, I was supposed to be making a video with my friend Amira, and I was supposed to be over at her house, and when she asked when I could come over, her parents got upset with her because she wasn't home, she hadn't done any work when she was out during the day. Why get upset because she didn't do work? Why not leave it for us to take it upon ourselves to do it ourselves on our own time? Like, you don't think that we'll do it? Then give us the chance. Like, you won't know if we're going to be able to do it or not if you don't let us try. Yeah, and I don't know, it's a difficult thing to talk about because they're your parents. Like, you can't insult them, and I would hate it if I was actually insulting my parents, but it's the truth. And I don't know, I guess sometimes the truth hurts. Whatever. What else can I say about this? I look like an Arab man now. For those of you, if you've ever asked, I'm not Muslim, although I am Middle Eastern. Not everyone who's Middle Eastern is Muslim, and not everyone who's Muslim is Middle Eastern. That is a fact. All parents are different, I guess. We all have our different morals, different values, different opinions. And I feel like if you don't give us the chance to, if you don't give us the chance to actually grow up as our own kind of a person, we won't be able to when we actually have our own lives. Like, if we're brought up to depend on our parents to do everything for us and to tell us what to do, we will not have that mentality to do it ourselves when we get older. So, I don't know, that's a personal issue of mine, and probably a lot of other people who have this issue with Arab parents. Yeah, so I'll be sure to make that Arab dating video as soon as I can, because it's a big issue. Any Arab would know that. Yeah, I'll be sure to put up that video as soon as I can. Leave comments saying what you think. Rate it, subscribe, follow it. I'll leave links in the description. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.